Welcome. What if real safety has less to do with how you fight and way more to do with how you think? Today, we're going to unpack the principles of Kyo-Jitsu Ryu. It's a fascinating system for managing conflict that might just change how you look at personal safety.
So let's start with a big question. We're all kind of taught that safety means being bigger, faster, stronger. But what if that's not the whole story? What if real, lasting security actually comes from knowing how to think clearly and strategically when things get intense?
All right, so let's dive into what makes this approach to safety so different from what you might be used to.
Okay, so what is Kyo-Jitsu Ryu? Well, the name literally means the school of passive resistance. At its heart, it's an American system that's all about neutralizing threats. But here's the key difference. It does it using calm, strategic thinking, not brute force. The whole idea is to be in control, not to get into a fight.
This whole philosophy really rests on four big ideas. First, it's strategic. It's always about de-escalating the situation first. Second, it values knowledge over sheer strength. Knowing how a body works is more important than how much you can bench press. Third, it's a holistic system. We're not just talking about physical moves. We're talking about awareness, psychology, the whole package. And most importantly, all of this is designed to be practical for stuff that happens in the real world.
Now, you might be thinking this sounds a bit abstract, but here's the cool part. This isn't just a collection of nice ideas. Kyo-Jitsu Ryu is built on a really solid scientific foundation. So let's get into the science of how this control actually works.
Yeah, the entire system is basically an application of science. This isn't about some kind of mystical energy or secret moves. It's all about principles that are predictable and, well, repeatable.
It actually pulls from three different scientific fields. You've got physics, which helps you understand force and momentum, how a tiny shift can redirect a much bigger energy. Then there's biomechanics, which is basically the owner's manual for the human body. Its structure, its weak points, and, maybe most importantly, psychology is woven into everything, teaching you how to manage your own fear and talk your way out of a conflict.
But, while science can tell you how something works, it doesn't really tell you why you should do it. That's where the philosophy comes in. It's like the ethical compass for everything you do.
And this philosophy uses the classic elements in a really unique way. Think of Earth as your emotional stability, being grounded. Air is about persistence, the idea that one small action can change everything. Water is resilience, bending but not breaking, staying true to your principles. And fire, that's your drive to always be learning and improving. So altogether, you get a mindset that's stable, persistent, resilient, and always growing.
Okay, so we've got the science and we've got the philosophy, and they all build up to one single, absolutely critical concept. It all boils down to one word: response.
This quote from Morihei Ueshiba, the founder of Aikido, just nails it. The goal isn't to hurt someone, it's to control the situation. It's about creating safety and peace, not about winning a fight.
And this really highlights the huge difference between a reaction and a response. So think about getting cut off in traffic. That instant flash of anger, maybe laying on the horn, that's a reaction. It's impulsive, emotional, and you're not really in control. A response, on the other hand, is intentional. It's taking that split second to breathe, check your mirrors, and create space. One is just a reflex, the other is a powerful skill.
So how do you actually get there? How do you go from that knee-jerk reaction to a powerful response? Well, it's not magic, it's a process. It's a clear, four-step path. First, you acknowledge the feeling. You're angry, you're scared, whatever it is, just notice it. Second, you breathe. Just one deep breath creates a little bit of mental space. Third, you choose a strategic action. And finally, you act on that choice. That's it. That's how you take back control.
Now, mastering this four-step path is definitely a journey. If you want to dive deeper into these strategies and see how they can be applied, you can find a lot more information at theotherway.biz.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the internal game, the mindset. But how does this actually connect to the physical world? Let's see how these principles are applied in reality.
There's this key physical concept called relaxed tension. I know, it sounds like a total contradiction, right? But just picture a cat resting. It's completely soft and relaxed, but it can explode into action in a split second. That is the goal. A body that's connected and structured, but without any of that unnecessary muscle tension. It's what allows you to be incredibly fast and efficient.
And this brings us back to probably the most important mindset shift of all. The objective is never, ever to win a fight. It's simply to get home safely. That's the win. Focusing on that goal replaces ego, which is plain practical survival.
And look, this isn't just some theory that sounds good on paper. These principles have been put through the ringer. They've been tested and proven to work in completely different arenas, from the controlled rules of a sports competition to high-stakes military and professional environments, and in the messy, unpredictable chaos of the street.
So, after all that, what does this actually mean for you? Well, this is where your own safety journey can begin.
And the great thing about this being an educational discipline is that it's not just for one type of person. An everyday citizen can gain incredible confidence. Professionals in stressful jobs get tools to manage conflict. And even experienced martial artists can use these ideas as a kind of strategic operating system to make their skills even better.
Ultimately, if you take away just one thing, let it be this. Safety isn't something that just happens to you. It's not about luck or chance. It is a choice. And even better, it's a skill that you can learn and develop over time.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. If you really had the power to choose your response in any situation, to stay calm, to think strategically, to remain in control, just imagine, what would you be capable of?
Thank you so much for watching. If you're ready to continue on your personal safety journey and really explore these concepts in more detail, be sure to visit us at theotherway.biz.